Pretty good. Getting better. I'm getting better at the triple click.
Doing it.
It's the hang with Mike and Matt. Constantly blasting out the copyright-free bangers.
That's right.
The bangers.
What would you liken this music to right here?
Oh. Dirt rock.
Dirt rock.
Dirt rock.
Yeah.
Dirt rockers. All right, what's up, Matt? How's it going? You getting a 4-day weekend this week?
I am, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, we're doing a little bit of the Thanksgiving thing at our house, so it's like project time.
Yeah.
I got to get everything in. So
Same here.
there's really no time off. Yeah, it's like you before your Halloween party. You're trying to just get
Sucks.
Yeah, so that's kind of the way I'm feeling. Like, yeah, it's days off, but not really. It's prepping and then cleaning up and all that stuff.
Yeah. The week before Halloween's the worst week of the year. getting the party.
Yeah.
I think we got like 20 people coming over. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
That's where I miss. I mean, I don't want to say this. Don't take it the wrong way, family. But that's where I miss being a single dude, because when you go over to another family member's house, you bring a pie and you eat and you leave and you don't have to worry about it.
You do Friendsgiving and you leave.
That's it.
Yeah.
Game over. How are you, man? What's going on?
Oh, it's going. It's going. Got the granddaughters here for like a couple days. We had them, so it's nothing gets done.
Now, what about Thanksgiving? You doing a big to-do?
Big to-do. What is it today? Tuesday? So so tomorrow will be all like getting ready because she's been busy and hasn't done a lot. So it's a lot of food. It's a lot of food, when you get like 20 people.
So you're really doing 20 people over here?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we need to go out of town next Thanksgiving.
I think that's, yeah.
I think that would be the best.
That or you find that one restaurant that's open for Thanksgiving. Like there used to be like the Morrison's cafeterias of the world, which were great because you go through, it's all pre-made. You get a little turkey meal. And
Morrison's was around for you. I thought they went out of business a long time. Are they still around?
I haven't seen one in years, but it used to be Morrison's, and then there was Piccadilly. Other than that, I don't know really a Golden Corral
it's like
or
a
something.
Cafeteria style. They con you into thinking that going through this line and that's the way to do it.
It was the way to do it. It really was because you go through, you get your vegetable, and then you got your entrees, you got your desserts all spinning on a little thing. Dude, it was great.
I mean, as a kid, you look at it, you're just like, wow, look at all this food to choose from. But I used to go there after church.
Yep.
On Sundays, you go to Morrison's, and there'd be just a crap ton of people in line. It was miserable.
And they were always in malls. At least that's the way I remember it.
The Hooters on, Fletcher, over on Fletcher by USF, the Hooters out there, that used to be the Morrison's.
Okay. So it wasn't always in malls alone.
No, they tore it down and put up a Hooters. They said enough of this nonsense.
Ponderosa was another. Ponderosa was pretty strong.
Ponderosa.
Well, it was strong when I was like 8 years old.
Yeah, you had no idea that you were eating horse meat.
Yeah, to me it was like
the Ponderosa.
To me, the Ponderosa was just like ice cream bar. You knew that after you ate, you were going to be able to go get some ice cream, and that was all that mattered.
I used to go to Ponderosa. Morrison's. I'm trying to think of all those cheesy places.
Did you ever do that German place in the mall? Schnickel Fritz?
No, what's the name of that? Oh, what is the name of it? Donnie,
I thought it was Schnickel Fritz.
Maybe there's a different Schnickel Fritz. Don, are you out there? What's the German place in the mall? She's stumped too.
Nobody knows the German place.
Nobody can think of the German place.
I always thought it was Schnickel Fritz. I could be.
I mean, there could. What the hell's the name of it?
You'd walk in there and it smelled like German potato salad and sausage. And
I just always walk by it, and they'd had this bar, and there's all these regulars, and I would be like, Dunderbacks.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Dunderbox. I don't know. That was in the Tampa, in the what's the name of that mall? University Square Mall.
What's this mall you speak of?
It's not what?
Dude, these malls are getting.
There ain't no malls anymore.
It's getting pretty thin in there.
I saw that they're turning a lot of them into like pickleball places now.
Yeah, a mall is going downhill when they start doing stuff like that, or when the Asian-inspired furniture place moves in, and there's like 4 of them, and they're selling, swords. that decorative swords that go on the wall.
Sword, yeah. There's a need for that, man.
Yeah,
especially in Florida.
Like 4 of those places in the mall, and then you've got like 4 different specialty sneaker shops that are just boutique, run by a 22-year-old kid with a Supra. And you're like, this mall's not going to...
When's the last time you were at a mall?
A couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's fresh in my mind.
A couple years. I don't think I've been to a mall.
You're not missing anything.
I don't miss it at all.
And on top of it, you still have the same little asshole kids running around the mall. So that hasn't changed. So now you've got nothing to look at, nothing to browse, nowhere to shop, but you still have all the comforts of assholes running around the mall on a Friday night.
Mike's Piss Bucket has subscribed for 18 months. I don't even know. I don't know if I don't think did I have a piss bucket?
You had to.
Well, here's the claim. This may be where that comes from. There was the Home Depot buckets, like pickle bucket size. There was one in our bedroom, and it turned up having urine in it. And they say that I did it because one time in California when we were out there for the MTV Awards, I got so drunk because some MTV guy was buying us drinks all night long that I tried to pee in my suitcase. That was 30 years ago.
Was this before I knew you? I presume?
Way before. Oh, I should get you some of the pictures of that.
Oh my God!
But I mean, going out. They didn't want to go to the MTV Awards. I was on the Three Little Pigs on Power 93, and they didn't want to go to the MTV Awards, so they sent me and Dale Doe and Donna out there. And we never had no VIP or nothing, man. And all of a sudden, this guy from MTV's driving us around to all these bars and treating us like we're royalty and everything. And I've never been so drunk in my whole life.
Were you and Donna just looking at each other like, what in the world is going on?
Badass. It's like, this is how the other half lives. This is awesome.
That is hilarious.
And then we were terrible. So we're on an interview row. We're just a couple of jobbers. Mm. We've never done anything but, be a very small part of the morning show. And so the celebrities seemed to know we were jobbers.
they called it out.
The guy from the Partridge Family. What's his name? The young guy. Well, he's not young.
I was going to say David Coverdale, but that's not right.
It's David something.
He
flipped us off and left.
Seriously?
Yeah. Well, actually, we did the interview. We take a picture of, and he was like, and then he walked away. I'm like, what? What did we do?
That's great.
So I guess that's where Mike's piss bucket. He says,
well, thank you for subscribing.
Thank you for 18 months. We appreciate it. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. The piss bucket in my room. It's not true. I think it was a cat. Cat climbed up there and pissed in it. There's no proof. There's no video. There's nothing.
Well. No video. I guess it never happened.
It never happened. There is some breaking news. Was it Nick Hogan?
Dude.
Nick Hogan.
When I saw this story, I
salivated.
Yes, I can't even lie, because it's all of like the perfect storm. I can't even explain how giddy I was, and I know that's terrible to say.
So petty, man. You're so petty.
Certain things. I'm not petty. I feel all kinds of raw emotion with this thing because of just going back to the Graziano family and looking at that kid with his skull caved in.
That's brutal.
And then Nick getting sentenced to do like 6 months in jail and then getting out for good behavior. But while he's in there saying, hey, we need to get that reality show up and running. So when I'm out of here, we get that show ready to rock. And Daddy's like, yeah, brother, that's a great idea. And then those phone calls get leaked, and sure enough, it's a dark time in their lives, and we didn't mean it. It's just all the makings of. Look, they're white trash. Okay,
yeah, pretty much.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But let's not mistake it for anything else than that.
I mean, you can be white trash and use your powers for good.
You can. That's where I'm conflicted, right? Because Hogan, look, he's done a ton of charitable efforts. I can't take any of that away from him. All the Make-A-Wish stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how long that guy's been doing stuff, right? And how many people are nipping at you and want you to do different things. He's done a shit ton of charity stuff. I mean, more than you or I would ever even attempt to do. So that's great. But the other half is like,
Yeah, yeah. A lot. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Here's the Graziano guy. See, this is after. I think he was a good-looking guy.
He was.
And then I think he's a vegetable, right? Isn't he? He's still alive,
pretty
isn't
close
he?
to. He's still alive.
Oh man, he was left in a vegetative state. That's the worst.
And remember, we had to be on this train of bashing the Graziano family.
That was rough. Yeah, here he is right here. I can't remember which one of these good-looking guys he was. I think he's this good-looking guy.
Yeah, that's right. He was the U.S. service member.
See, look at that. Was that a Marine, right? It was a Marine. Left with a bashed-in skull. And how old's Nick now?
33.
The mugshot. I don't think they have the mugshot here. The mugshot, he looks just like his dad, man.
There's
no mugshot. Why is that no fucking mugshot?
There's so much there. I mean, I'm sure you guys talked about it already. I think you.
I mean, and if you're Hulk Hogan's son,
yeah,
that's the first mugshot. That's not the new one. If you're Hulk Hogan's son, and you can't make, you can't make a career in wrestling when you're Hulk Hogan's son, and Brooke couldn't make nothing of herself either. Well, so they desperately tried. But they didn't make nothing.
He's a DJ now, though, right? He's a big DJ.
Nick Valea.
Spinning bikini contests
at Hogan's Hangout. Restaurant. At Hogan's Hangout. I think we got a promo for Hogan's Hangout. Oh, Terry.
Oh, Terry, no.
Terry. It's time to stop, Terry. It's just time to stop.
The anticipation has been too much to bear. I'm not talking about sugar plum fairies dancing in my head. I'm not talking about counting sheep. I couldn't even sleep last night because I went up and down North Beach right before I went to Betty Bye, right before I tucked myself in my pillow, And all of a sudden, I saw gorgeous women all over the beach. But you know something? They were running around with flashlights on, man. It was pitch dark, and they were checking out the competition.
You suck.
What? He just makes up shit and rambles. I don't think there was girls on the beach with flashlights.
He was dreaming, and it wasn't about.
Was it a dream? I've lost interest already.
With a flashlight to see who had the best bikinis. That sent me into overdrive. I went home. I wasn't counting sheep, sugar plum fairies. I was counting bikinis, jumping over the top of Hogan's Hangout. $1 grand, $2 grand, $3 grand, $4 grand,
you running a
$5 grand in bikini shots, $5,000 on the line. Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night in Hogan's Hangout.
Is he really giving away? You think five G's? Five G's at that? I mean, I saw the video of the bikini competition.
Okay.
And there looked to be maybe 30 to 40 people there. How are you making 5 G's?
Maybe it's that thing of cash and prizes where it's 5, but you get like
an autographed Hogan banana hammock.
Yeah, banana
hammock. Valued at $2,000.
And a $2,500 gift certificate to Hogan's Hangout. So you've got to go back there and do it all again.
Yeah.
Yeah, $5 grand on the line.
$5 grand on the line.
Best looking women in
I think at some point
Look at this creep.
Becomes creepy. It becomes creepy.
A world coming to Hogan's to guess what? To hang out, brother, with me. They're going to get paid too, brother. What you going to do tonight? The bikini contest, Hogan's Hangout, starting at 10 p.m. and $5 grand runs wild on you.
Oh, boy.
Ew.
Oh, boy.
It's a good thing he's a man of God. He's always preaching about the Lord. And here he is doling out thousands of dollars, checking out all the women in the
hot women.
In the itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. All that shit. Oh my God! And then your kid gets pulled over.
And then after that, and add another $10,000 to pay for next TUI.
We're a little short on the bikini funds this week. We're looking for people to pay us $5,000 to retain an attorney for my dumb son, dude.
I mean, if I was in an accident when I was 17 and I left one of my friends in a vegetative state and I had to go to trial and I went to prison, I think I would usually Uber if I was drinking. I don't know. Call me crazy.
What was it, like 4 a.m? So
yeah, it was 4 a.m. Well,
so you got to figure. All right, he's DJing the gig. The place probably shuts down at 2 because it's in Clearwater. Maybe 3 a.m. now. I don't know what the. So
yeah.
Now he's wrapping things up. He's probably sloshed. He's like tired. He's like, I just want to go home and get in bed. And then he gets pulled over and he's got to tell the cop, like, where are you coming from? I'm coming from the itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini contest at my daddy's hangout.
I mean, he should.
Did I tell you my dad's Hulk Hogan? Have I mentioned that yet?
I mean, he looks a lot like his dad. He should shave the beard and just do the Fu Manchu.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, and then I think look, and you could give him a Hulk Hogan impression. He probably can't even do a Hulk Hogan impression.
He could probably just just get a bumper sticker that says my dad's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, and then,
so when you get pulled over, we can skip all this bullshit about these fake sentences and how, just skip it all. And the kid will get off because his dad's Hulk Hogan, and then we'll just move on with their lives again.
He should drive around with his Fu Manchu with an autographed banana hammock to give to the cops, and then skate on out of there. That's the way it works. It's the way it works.
I don't feel. I think I would feel not empathy, but it wouldn't be as bad if he hadn't paralyzed his friend.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody gets. Anybody can get a DUI in your life. It could have happened to anybody. But when you paralyze your friend and leave him in a vegetative state,
and then it
doesn't look good.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, look, bars and restaurants, especially if it's your. So what? Are you getting hammered there and you're getting overserved at your?
You got overserved at his own place,
at his own bar. And your dad lives down the street. Couldn't you just be like, Dad, can I come crash at your mansion tonight instead of me driving at 4 a.m. all the way back to my shithole?
Not a lot of critical thinking involved.
Apparently not.
But there is with Blumpy the Love Sponge. Blumpy the lawn sponge. I'm sorry, Blumpy the lawn sponge. Subscribe for 51 months. That's dedication. That's a long ass time. 51 months.
Woo! I think part of it's funny too, and this doesn't have anything to do with my situation with him at all, so I can talk about it. The fact that like when Linda was dating Charlie back in the day.
Yeah,
and I'm getting a phone call from Hogan, okay, asking where's the cuck, okay, can I get a hold of him? And then he's telling me because he wants to know if we know any cops that can pull over. They're leaving
Charlie.
They're drinking and they're at Island Way, and he wants to know if we got anybody that can pull them over for a deep. And I'm sitting there like it's like 10:30 at night or something like that. Listen to this phone, and look. If you want to check me, call my bullshit. Go ahead, check my fucking phone records because I know you like to do that shit. And I'm listening to this. I'm going, did this just happen? Like so the whole DUI thing with this and the whole situation on top of it, it's a little nuts.
Do you think he'll get? Because of who he is, you think he'll get another slap on the wrist, or do you think the judge is, going to be going, he put this guy in a brain dead coma. I got to throw the book at him.
I think he'll get a really good attorney, and he didn't blow, so that'll get pled down a little bit automatically, right? And then they might get him on some sort of technicality. He'll probably. I don't even know.
Yeah.
It won't be whatever it is. It's not going to be much.
What's the worst you get is you get your license suspended for maybe a year. Nobody does jail for DUIs unless you kill somebody, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Unless you get like 7 in a row or something,
Yeah, you can.
So
there are instances, of course.
He'll probably skate and be back to. He's DJing tonight probably at Hogan's Hangout.
What if this one was a setup? Dun dun dun.
Oh, there's so many.
People like to set people up.
Why do people? I ain't got smoking watts of DMT 50 months. I don't have time to set people up.
It seems like a lot of work.
Seems like a lot of work. David Cassidy. Thank you, Big
David
Kahuna.
Cassidy.
David Cassidy flipped us off. He didn't like our interview style.
Oh my God. Yeah, the Hogan thing.
So yeah, I was quite amused when I saw that come up on my deal. What a sucker. What a schmuck.
Which one?
Nick, I mean, Nick is like he's lived such a privileged life. He thinks there's no consequences, and I guess when you
do you think that's what it is, though?
Or what? Just stupidity, or just
like I don't see him being super privileged in the sense of look, in reality, yeah, he's DJing, but he's DJing until 3 a.m. at a shitty beach bar. It's not exactly the height of stardom, right?
No, it's not.
So. And then he's forced to drive back to his house at 3 a.m. Like he's not even crashing at his dad's place. Like, so I don't even know if it's privilege at that point. He's just like a hired hand. He's just a DJ working at a beach bar.
He's just a DJ working at a beach bar. I mean, movies, TV, a television series. What was it? What was the name of that stupid series? The Hogan series.
Thunder in Paradise.
No, that one. Then the reality show. What was that? Meet the Hogans. I don't know what it was called.
It was.
So I mean, and then he won a loss. I mean, the guy's just been making money hand over his fist his entire career.
And yet he's still at a bar. He's still promoting this.
Now he's promoting that.
And he's sitting there night after night.
And
watching girls in bikinis and giving them money, and he's supposed to be this God-fearing man. I can't wrap my head around it.
And how jaded do you get to Hulk Hogan sitting at the bar when you're like, hey, Hulk Hogan, he's sitting at the bar, and after about 3 or 4 days you go there, it's like, yeah, there's that old guy sitting at the bar. I mean, does it have any cachet after a while?
And if you're one of the rare people on earth that doesn't know who he is, it's like, and there's this weird tow truck driver guy sitting next to me.
He's staring at me, hitting on me.
Keeps talking in a weird tone.
Talking about the hot bikini babes. Hey, chill out, Gramps. Chill out, Gramps.
Why don't you put a bikini on? I'll give you a hundo.
Give you $3,000 in cash and prizes.
And I'm going to stare at you and judge you. Didn't he just get
Is
married too?
What is this his third marriage? I think he just got married, his third marriage. I mean, he likes to get married. These people, it's like, why get married? Once you failed at it like 2 or 3 times, it's like, let's just hang out. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
We live together. We don't need to get married. I'm obviously not good at it.
I wonder what went wrong with the second one, though.
He was head over heels with her.
Oh, yeah.
Head over heels. Maybe it wasn't true love. Maybe she had ulterior motives. It's a crazy thought. Maybe she was just in it for the money.
I'm going to flip it on you. I don't think she had ulterior motives at all.
He did?
I don't think she was... She seemed lovely, honestly. Like,
I have no idea about her, so...
I think she probably maybe looked around a couple years in and going, the fuck is going on here? This is a lot of chaos and a lot of madness. What are we doing here? It's probably like, I got to get out of this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I need to look up we had all the calls from the jail, from like Linda Hogan to the jail and Hogan from the jail.
Hey, Nick, it's your mom.
Oh, and
Mom, you got to get me out of here.
That was just like solid gold.
But we couldn't make fun of it.
I could make fun of Linda.
Yes, but
I made fun of Linda. See,
you did.
I'll take. Yeah, I would have loved to make fun of.
But like, how great it would have been if we could have actually
made fun of Nick and his whiny bitch ass. It's a small cell,
the true nature of the scenario.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to do that.
We weren't allowed to. Instead, we had to go to bat for him.
It's tough sometimes.
Nick, he's a good kid.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens, but when you put somebody in a permanent vegetative state, you shouldn't be getting DUIs the rest of your life, ever.
Yeah, that's the 3-strike thing, like all in one. There's not really. Now, keep in mind, something terrible could happen to any one of us at any given. Like, everybody makes mistakes. I get that,
I mean, it's easy for me because my wife doesn't drink, so she's my designated driver. I always have a designated driver.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's like, and that's been for like, last 15 years or so, 15, 20 years she hasn't been drinking. So
that's so great for you.
It's so good. I'm just stagger out to the car, vomit in the rose bushes.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, all right, let's go home, honey. Step on it. Step on it.
When are we going? We're going to Hogan's Hangout. We've talked about this one time previously, but I'm kind of amped up to go now.
Are you amped up to go?
No, but I would almost venture to go to see how quickly we got booted from there.
You think we get booted?
Oh yeah.
What did I ever do to Hogan? What did I ever do to Hogan?
I don't know. Let me see here. The last 15 minutes. No.
They ain't listened to this show.
Yeah, no.
They ain't listened to this show. I'll go to this. I think it's Monday's karaoke night, man. I'm gonna do some Ned karaoke.
Belt out some tunes. Oh, how great would that be if you dressed up as Ned, went there, did some karaoke,
and then got kicked out.
and then got kicked.
Hey,
you can't kick me out.
Leg dropped. Give me a leg drop. I'll die a happy man to know that I got leg dropped by Hulk Hogan at Hogan's Hangout.
The worst finishing move of all time.
Wasn't all that? Yeah.
A leg drop.
Leg drop.
Just, I'm going to take my leg, not even my full body weight, not all of it, just my leg, one appendage.
It's a big leg, man.
Just going to drop it on you.
Big leg.
And you're not going to get up ever again. Oh, God.
Hogan would dig Mike. Matt, not so much. That's what Triple Edge Sword says.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's probably true. Triple Edge Sword.
Did you ever have any heat? Like other than what, lately? I mean, do you have any heat with Hogan? Do you ever piss him off?
Yeah, because I called him out on his bullshit a couple times, and that was I can't.
You can't do that. What are you thinking, Matt?
I can't recall exactly what it was about, but there was a couple things, and then he took a cheap shot at me, and he said like. Told like Brooke like I have STDs or something. I was like, who the fuck what the fuck is that about? It was a weird thing. And then he apologized for saying it.
Oh, he apologized?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, you got a Hogan apology.
Yeah, he apologized. But no, I don't really. I think the heat comes from just life. You know, when you just know somebody for way too long and you're just kind of like, eh.
I guess the whole tape deal that might rub him the wrong way.
Yeah, may have had something to do with it.
But maybe you shouldn't have sex with your supposedly best friend's wife.
I can't talk about the details, but boy, would I love to.
It's probably a bad idea. I can't even imagine having a best friend, and at any point. The guy going, hey, you want to screw my wife? And going, yeah, that's not going to affect our relationship at all. We can still be best buds, and I'm going to cram your wife. That stuff never works out. Like the show. How long? We were on the show, and there's always these swingers. You meet all these swingers. The swingers call in. Brett Hatley's a swinger, and every single time a swinger, they get divorced. It's like you can't be fucking a bunch of people while you're married. It doesn't work out. It just doesn't work out.
Yeah, rarely.
I mean, I'm sure there are some occasions.
Some occasions there is a personality type of people who just really are strange.
Yeah, and they're way into it. There's a few of those, but most of them, I think, I always think, okay, so I'm, you go, you meet your best friend, or you just meet a strange couple and the wife, and you're cranking, and your wife is going, oh my God, and you're like, she doesn't, oh my God, like that for me. And then you finish early, and you're just sitting there.
You're in timeout.
Sitting there watching. This guy's got incredible stamina. It's a 45-minute session on your wife, and you're like, I don't get it. I
don't know either.
Well, maybe some guys are going, I'm crank the hell out of her.
Yeah.
Make her break for more.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yada mother effer says, cram her cram hole. I think I did a song to. I don't have this one to Donna on her, like usually on our anniversary. I would sing a song, and I think one of them was "I'm going to cram you in your cram hole." I took a page from your book.
That sounds.
It was a love song.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Cram you in your cram hole.
Dude, your love songs were great.
Very romantic.
There was an old Ned one. We met by the side of a mountain.
Happy Valentine's Day, you whore.
Oh, my God. It's so good.
One of my favorites.
Which we've been singing Christmas Gives Me a Hard On for the past week. Not just me, my wife, my son. It's in our heads nonstop now. It's so good. And now they finally have understood the genius behind it. Now they can't shake that song.
I wish it was unbleeped. I want to put it on TikTok and just destroy the internet.
Break the internet.
I finally figured out how to go live on TikTok. So I finally got to go live on TikTok. have to do it through my phone. Got this whole contraption. I had to go to Sam Ash Music and get these.
Were you able to get in your account?
No.
Oh, okay. But you did it anyways?
I say 30 emails, and this is what TikTok says to you.
Okay.
We're not even going to answer your emails ever.
But
you can't get in your account? Too bad.
But you still are able to do it?
I can do it through the phone because I can get it on my account on the phone. So I got to get the phone, and I got a cord, and I got to plug it into the board, and all this rigmarole.
Now, if you lose your phone,
I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done.
That's your only lifeline right now to all of it.
I'm done. Let me. Speaking of TikTok, let me check my followers.
Yeah, let's see where you're at.
Check my followers. 53.5. 639,000 likes.
It seems as though that's good.
I don't have any idea what to do with it. I don't know how to get.
What's the last thing you put up?
Like there's the last thing I put up was I Got Pills. A little what's that guy's name?
Like
Lunch Money Lewis.
Recently?
Lunch Money Lewis. I don't know how to.
Oh, 2 days ago. Okay.
Where's the audio? Where's the audio? I don't know how to work nothing. I don't know how to work nothing. It's mute. Oh, here it is. I'm popping perks and facts every day in my mouth. I'm putting 3. Sounds pretty good. I hope they don't make me go fucking crazy. I got pills. I take pills when I'm stressed. I pop them right in my mouth. Opioids to bring me down. I'm melting to the cow. All right.
I don't know how you remember the lyrics.
I don't. I got a computer right here.
Even then, to still stay on time and stuff. I'm always fascinated with anybody that's able to, bands especially. You know, like I don't know how lead singers remember songs.
I don't know how rap artists. Like if you're Eminem, you've got 1,000 more words, you know, than the average, you know, like rock songs are like, you know, a couple verses, a couple choruses. But a rap guy, you're just like, blah, 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 blah. Do you think they have teleprompters?
No, they've got in-ears. You've got backing tracks, right? So you can double track. Okay.
So if you don't remember, you just don't say anything.
Right.
You just kind of, you know.
But even with that being said, if you do remember it or even want to take a shot at it, you've got to stay at that same rhythm and beat. You're right. Being a rap artist and actually trying to do it.
You better be on.
Yeah, there's no room for error.
You mess up, you get behind real quick.
Yeah, Rock Band can just kind of hit the bars again and go, take it from the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime I was like, you know, I'd go up on stage, you know, just because people know who I am, and they'd be, oh man, you come, you know, sing a song, and I'd be like, I don't know nothing off the top of my head, and just fake it, and I'm like, who gets up there and goes blah, 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 blah. I don't think you can fake it
without a karaoke screen of actually giving lyrics.
Yeah,
I don't think there's one song that I could get through all the lyrics correctly without, you know what I mean? Like,
I think when I was in a band, I think, you know, you just do it so many times, like,
just repetitions,
over and over and over. I don't think I had a problem. But then when I started doing like the Bubba Paloozas, I had notes everywhere. So I can't remember none of this shit. I've written 500, 600, 1,000, 2,000 parody songs. And how you expect me? And then you got the lyric, like the regular song lyrics are in your head because you know the song. And then you got the fake lyrics, and it's just very difficult.
Well, how did you negotiate that on stage? You know, you said you had notes, but that was probably just like the order of songs. But like once you actually got into the parody song on a stage in front of people with no teleprompter, nothing, how did you remember it?
I had notes, big notes. I had big notes.
I remember the big notes.
And then I'd you know, I'd have key phrases where I think I would forget the song. It was rough because you know, I got sunglasses on, you got the lights and everything. I'm trying to look down at the notes to see, but yeah. But nobody cared anyway. They don't care if you have. They didn't care. They were happy to be at the Bubba Palooza.
You could do that move where you hold the microphone out to the crowd and have them do the work for you. You do it. That's what Vince Neil always does now.
Oh my god. I saw Axl Rose, just a clip of him the other day. And it's like,
how does he sound?
Oh my god. Let me see if they got.
Is it bad?
I mean, it's like. It's worse than bad. It's like, how do you even? You shouldn't even be allowed to sell tickets. How do you spell Axl? Is it AXL?
Yeah.
Just an L?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, Axl Rose.
What happened?
Comes up. Come up.
What?
Oh, look! That's what. Look, this is. Look man. That's when he was.
He looks young. He looks like Taylor Swift.
Boy, so there's not going to be here. Oh, I want to find the one I heard the other day. It was so bad. He's so shot. He's done. No, they ain't gonna give it to me.
Why did they get back together? Like, I know they had beef for a long time. All these bands, or the Guns N' Roses. Was that the one?
I know, but it might be good. No, you can't even hear him.
I feel like I can do that too.
That's way better.
And it's a B-52.
I think they isolated his vocals on this one, and he's you know, he's old and looks like dog shit, and he's like, "You know where you are in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die," and then he goes, because it's what he said, but he's just saying, and I'm thinking they must have, you know, the B playing a track instead of his voice, because it was so bad he would have gotten booed off stage.
Well, what happened with them? Because they were broke up for a long time, and then everybody was talking about how they left all the money on the table, and they should have reunited a long time ago. And then they reunite, go on tour, but I never really got the backstory on why they actually got back together. Like, why all of a sudden was everybody like, okay, now it's cool?
They needed the
15
money.
years
Probably
after
needed
they
the money.
should've.
I'm sure he quit the band and he was working on his album Chinese Democracy.
I remember that.
For like 10 years. I mean, it was like forever.
A long time.
And then he came out and nobody listened to Chinese Democracy. And he probably went, I better get back with the boys.
So you think he made the call?
Yeah.
Hey guys,
I think he did.
it's Axel. How you been, man?
I would have hung up. Click.
Yeah, if you're Slash, you know, you're doing all right.
I think anybody would hire Slash. I don't know if anybody's hiring Axel.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you see the I-10 in California, the one that got, you know, set on fire? One of the biggest interstates in the country.
No.
Oh, that happened like a week ago. So the homeless camp underneath it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So they set a fire, and now they say it's completely fixed. And this is...
Oh, it looks great.
So
It looks in good condition.
It's wood.
Good.
They got wood. I mean, you're driving... All these cars are driving over wood.
You borrowed Hacksaw Jim Duggan's 2x4 and you stuck it underneath the bridge.
You got a couple posts and some wood. I don't know. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable driving over that.
That looks terrible.
Oh, shit. That looks like a...
I got to tell you, it's holding steady, though.
It's holding steady.
It's surprising.
It's holding steady. Concrete is overrated. Look at all the chunks out of the concrete and everything. Concrete is overrated, man.
Dude,
we should build bridges out of wood from now on.
I don't like bridges. I'm not afraid of heights, but you know, when I'm going over like the Sunshine Skyway or something, lately I white knuckle. I don't
my
like
it.
palms sweat.
Yeah. And you want to sightsee because it's an incredible view.
Yeah.
But you're afraid because you're 200 feet up, you know.
And what I mean, if you fall off, I mean, if you're done. There was like that two people that
one
survived.
Or two people, yeah.
And
then it's not pretty.
No, they like split her from like literally. What was it? It was from her breasts around to like her back. I mean, it just split her open, and she got stitched up.
You got to keep those legs tight. You got to keep those legs tight, man. You can't be spreading your legs when you're.
Well, do you think anybody can make? You know, you look at those professional divers, and they get up at the water parks, the old theme parks or whatever, and they go up and they just off that little needle diving board, and they go straight down, whoosh, into a shallow pool, and you go, wow, how do they do that? I wonder if somebody like that could negotiate a dive like that.
What's the highest ever dive?
Oh man.
And how high is the Skyway? Do you know?
Okay, I'll check the Skyway.
Okay. That's pretty high. 192 feet.
That's the highest dive ever?
That's a high dive. That's a high as hell. 192 feet.
Okay, so the Skyway is 180 feet.
Oh, so he could make it. That's like nothing. He's got to make it like nothing.
But would you want to, like, if you're that guy, you're going, I don't know about the Skyway. See, yeah, he just plops down in that little pool down there, which is amazing.
To me, like this guy just climbing up there would traumatize me.
I'm with you. Oh, this is a wide world of sports.
Is this a wide world of sports?
Diego, Rick Winters
Oh my God! Look at that shit,
dude.
Look at that shit. Go back look how high this. Look from here to. It's not. Where's the top? Is the top not even in here? It's so high.
In San Diego, Rick Winters will be the first person ever to
Oh
attempt
my
a
God,
successful
look at him.
dive from 172 feet.
I'm making me
In some
sick
ways,
just
being
looking at
first
it.
is an advantage. If he comes up with a high score, the others will feel not only the pressure of the height.
High score. They got other people doing this.
I wonder if this guy was just high off his ass. He's like, man, I just got to get this over with, man.
But the necessity of a great dive. In some ways,
he got
being
some-
first is
has he got-
difficult. Once you make it,
got
the
some-
others relax.
The necessity
and
of a
knowing
great
that one man
dive?
can do it,
The
they
necessity.
can too. To
Yeah,
help absorb
it's
the
pretty-
impact from this height,
Yeah,
most of the divers wear at least 2 tight suits, sometimes 3. And they wear tight supportive braces over the knees. All the divers have consented to talk with us briefly.
He ain't wearing
through a
shit. He ain't wearing nothing. No protective. Nothing. He's wearing a bikini.
But he's got 3 bikinis on.
That's what
so
they
that's
say.
Gonna,
He might have 3 bikinis on.
That's going to help.
microphone up on the platform. We may get a word in with some of them.
How you feeling, Mike? Fucking scared, man.
I'm climbing right down. Climbing right down.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Ah, that's nauseating to me.
What do you think, buddy?
Oh, they're talking to
It's
him.
getting higher every year.
Hey, you got that right. What's your
Oh, my
feeling?
God.
Are you gonna do it, or are you gonna walk down?
Oh, no, I'm going to do it.
No doubt, huh?
No doubt.
Well, Rick, you looked beautiful on your 130-foot dive. Is that about the way you're going to put it in this time?
Well, I'll try to be a little cleaner.
It's gonna be cleaner.
So he already did a
He
130?
already did a 130. So it's
Like earlier in the afternoon?
just a warm up. Just a warm up. I'm gonna go from 130.
Cleaner.
All right, we're going to leave you to your own thoughts now. Good luck to you.
All right,
Let's
thank
see.
you.
I'm gonna
The
forward
Mission
a
Bay
little
area,
here.
You know people
Here,
want
right
him to
outside
fail,
San Diego.
right?
Oh, they want him to pancake.
knee supporters and
Oh, he does
planks.
have the knee supporters.
Holly and
Oh,
the
is that his
2.5
wife?
and
This is
cliff
his
divers
wife.
And his little 2.5-year-old Holly.
Daddy, don't
and the
do it.
2.5-month-old Scarlett. I'm sure concerned
Sorry.
for his safety.
She's like-
Sorry, sweetheart.
Rick has
Here we
chosen
go.
his favorite dive. It's a 3-position back somersault.
He's doing he's doing somersaults and shit from 172 feet, I think.
Now, there's no way that's getting done off the Skyway.
This guy would do it.
Rick
Here we
Winters
go.
is the
Watch.
man.
Here we go.
Falls. Oh, he's
Oh,
got to
he's-
hold it. He's moving a little
Oh
too fast.
shit! Oh, that didn't look too pretty. Let's see.
He really pushed
he-
through.
He's really selling it. He's hanging out down there, not letting anybody know he's really alive.
Ken, this makes me
All
wonder.
right. All right. Be nervous too, Diana. I didn't see him come up through the water, and I thought maybe I was wrong for a minute, but you could see the way he punched through.
So what's that world record get you?
It gets you. I don't think he gets you a lot.
That's the problem.
To really, really hold this. This is what gives him the control. Now you see what he
He's
does
freaking
right
out.
here.
He's freaking
Kicks through, and that's what got
Was
him.
he thinking about doing a cannonball and then he chickened out? I mean, what was
If you
what
did a
was it like?
cannonball, I would imagine your knees would just shove right into your face
Oh
and,
my God,
and immediately crush you,
Eat-
right?
Eat your teeth.
Yeah.
He flies and he's
Let's
got
see.
to
And now he's
really,
like,
really
what's
hold
here?
this.
He's
This is
like
what
starts
gives
to
him the
bring his
control.
knees in.
Now
He's
you
like,
see what he does
oh
right here.
no.
Kicks through, and that's
At
what
first, he had
got
that
him
Jesus
down
on the
safely.
cross look.
It's nice.
Rick Winters scores.
The nerve of these
Hold on,
assholes.
how do
Look
you
at these
give
schmucks.
Yeah.
Look at these assholes.
I'd be like, you gave me a 6'5", you go do it.
6'5" from 172 feet.
You automatically get a perfect score because that's the new world record. Like, how are you going to score the man any less than perfect?
What a bunch of assholes.
6.5. They dropped the high and the low score, add the 3 middle scores together, and Rick Winters sets a tough precedent.
Man,
Rick Winters.
Rick Winters. God. I remember Greg Louganis,
Yeah. Greg Louganis.
and he had that perfect dive. I mean, that was, a minimal height, but his dive, I don't know if you remember, it had 0 splash. It was like I don't know anything about diving at all, right?
Other than that, you need no splash.
Other than that, all I know is that dive was like, wow, he just cut right through the water.
Greg Louganis.
Did he have AIDS?
I don't think so.
Who's the one I'm thinking of that had HIV? God, it's terrible.
Magic Johnson?
No,
Was
there
it
was-
a swimmer who had AIDS?
It was yeah.
Maybe
I
it
thought
was
so.
Greg Louganis.
Maybe yeah.
He was the most famous gay diver.
Oh well, I don't want to conflate the two. I don't want to confuse the two.
What?
Any HIV related things to any lifestyle that one may have.
No. Okay. I don't think he had AIDS. I don't know how to spell Louganis.
Greg Louganis.
6 months before the 1988 Olympics, Lou Gaines was diagnosed with HIV.
Boom.
His doctor put him on AZT, which he took every 4 hours around the clock. In 1989, Lou Gaines obtained a restraining order against the man who gave him AIDS.
Well, I would hope so. I would be pretty apt to get that old restraining order myself.
So he got it from a guy named Babbitt.
Look, Babbitt, you got to stop coming around here.
Yeah,
You've already done me dirty once. Like, can we? I don't need you coming around these parts anymore. I got to take AZT every 4 hours.
It looks like he's looking pretty good. He still looks pretty good.
So
how old is he? I have no idea.
Let me see.
I say see at 90, so that was 33 years ago. So he's probably late 50s, early 60s.
63.
63. Looks pretty good for a guy who's that old.
Yes, who's correct. Yes.
For a guy with that advanced age.
Yes.
That's what I meant to say. For a guy of that age.
Older gentleman.
Greg.
AZT was, when that came out, dude, that was...
Was that the shit?
It was.
The shit?
I mean, I was a young kid, but I remember if you had AIDS, there was no hope. It was just HIV, AIDS, death.
Yeah, it was. And when it first came out.
And then it was like, okay, AZT. But now, I think looking back on it years later, there's even a bunch of controversy around the AZT, which has to do with Fauci,
I think
if I'm not mistaken.
I've heard some people.
Some people might say.
If I had an apple here.
Sure.
Some people say that he killed a lot of people.
Who are these people?
Some people say he killed a lot of people during the AIDS thing with his incompetence or his greed or whatever it was. I don't know. I'm sure it doesn't surprise me at all.
Well, now on TV, you look at the HIV epidemic, and it's obviously still a terrible thing, right? But it's pretty...
it seems manageable.
Yeah, it's like a weird... Even the commercials are like nonchalant, like people are now singing and dancing about with the drugs.
They're like, whatever, take this and you won't even test positive.
Yeah.
It's like, so I guess Big Farm came through.
And then there's the other ones that are like a prep, like the prep up thing.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
I'm not exactly sure. It's some...
Step up, prep up.
It's almost like, hey, if you know that you're going to be with somebody with HIV, take this prior to, and you're like prepping your body for like, haha, not going to get me. I'm prepped up. It's something like that. I'm sure somebody in chat knows a lot more than I do on it. But there's a lot of like different prep medications, which seems strange to me.
I wonder how much they are too. I bet they're an arm and a leg.
Oof. Yeah.
Oh, I told you about my bill for my rabies shot, right?
No.
I didn't tell you about the bill?
No.
Oh, so I get the bill and I like save it for the next day. We're gonna open it live on Cluster F.
You already got the bill?
Oh yeah, of course I already got the bill.
That was quick.
And I was like, open it up. And I was at the emergency room. They took my blood pressure.
Okay.
And they gave me a rabies shot. $15,000. $15,000.
Looks like you're going to be winning. You're going to have to win a whole lot of bikini contests.
I'm going to be. That's why I'm going to the karaoke contest next Monday. So I can win that $500 prize.
Work the circuit to try to pay off your medical bill.
$15,000.
Brother, all you got to do is come on down to the itsy bitsy teeny weeny contest.
I'm going to be doing the bikini contest and the karaoke.
double duty. 15 grand.
So I was like, I ain't paying. I'm not paying this shit. I'm not pay, that's criminal. It's actually, that's criminal. If that's what's going on in our medical, community, 15 that you're just putting people in the poorhouse. Like imagine, somebody who's not got a pot to piss in and you give them a $20,000 bill, they're never going to get out from under that. So Donna called, she called a couple days ago and she said, we can't pay this. We ain't got no money. Can't pay it. Mm-hmm. Zero money. Can't pay it. And he's like, well, let me talk to somebody. And he comes back like 5 minutes later. He's
Hold
like,
on, don't tell me. I'll write down the number of what I think they came back with. Okay. Go ahead.
You got the number written
down? I got
down?
my number written down.
You're going to be very surprised, Matthew.
Okay.
0.
What?
They went from 15 to 0.
Just like that?
Yeah. I was like, there's got to be a scam involved here. They're getting that money from somewhere. The government or something. They don't just go, yeah, you don't have to pay it.
So she calls up and just says, "I don't have any money. We're not paying it." Or did you say we're not paying? Or
No,
we don't,
no,
we
she
don't
didn't
have
know.
any
She's
money
like,
to
we
pay
just
it.
can't pay it. She's
Okay.
like, we don't have any money. We can't pay it. And they're like, okay, you don't have to pay it. I was like, wow, that was easy.
Was she polite?
What?
The bill also though went from 15,000, and when I said, could you please send me something with that zero balance on it? And he did, and it went from 15,000 to 24,000.
Oh my
And
God!
then they zeroed it. Then
Wow. Now, why did
the
they?
shot was $20,000.
Do you have a micro? Can I ask her something on the microphone real quick? Is that all right? I'm just curious. How did that take place? Were you? Don't take this the wrong way. Were you a bitch on the phone,
No.
or were you nice?
No, I'm never a bitch on the phone.
on the phone.
On the phone.
Never a bitch on the phone.
No, I wasn't.
So you were nice, and then they just that was it.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. That's why I told her. I was like, because we just got this in the mail. I was like, I mean, I don't know. We'll see when they send that. I just said, that we were pay, and I told him the whole thing. I was like, I can't even believe,
Yeah.
but who cares?
What did he say?
Since when do they care about that?
Was he in agreement with you, or who?
Oh,
was,
yeah.
He was like,
He
"Oh, that's
was?
crazy."
He was in agreement
He
with
was
it?
like, yeah, I understand that. Maybe like only as much as he could say.
I got you.
You know, without probably getting in trouble.
Man, I wrote
guess.
down the number 3,000. I thought they were going to settle out for.
I
for,
had no
for free
idea.
cash.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
can't
crazy.
believe
They
it.
kind of broke it down, but the bill went up $10,000 more dollars with this because
So-
it was 14,900 something.
Well, like Mike said, that's probably where the scam lies, right? So they're going to zero balance it out,
Yeah.
but they're going to jack it up $10,000
$10,000.
before they
Yeah.
zero balance it out, and they're going to take that $24K and have it subsidized
By the
from
government, by
somewhere.
the
Somewhere.
taxpayers.
Somewhere. And instead of 15, they're actually making another $9K somewhere.
Something.
Something.
They're not doing it out of the goodness
I
of
do
their heart.
like how they put the attending physician, Dr. Patel. He never.
Never saw him. Never saw him.
Doctor never came in
saw him.
there.
I'm amazed there's a Dr. Patel.
That's shocking. Yeah, so good job, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saved us 15 G's.
Shocked. I was shocked, honestly.
Now it's time to party.
It's
shocked.
time to party.
Well, if you see, that's the rub though, because if you, okay, really, what you do in a situation like that, I mean, if you're not as smart as Donna, right? But you don't want to pay the bill, you just let it go to collections.
Yeah.
And then they call you and you have to work a deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But isn't it weird that that's what you have to go through to make it right? Like I try to pay all my bills on, like I don't have any credit
So do we.
cards.
We've always tried to pay our bills.
But then the system just keeps like beating you down.
Beating you down.
It's like, how can you, like, why are you, it's almost that question, like, why are you trying to be so good when everybody else is so bad?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the dilemma. Like, it's like it's like, screw these people.
Well, years ago,
Screw these
Weston
people.
cut his foot at the beach on on a construction site, and he went. They all went. He was, an adult by then, so he wasn't on our insurance or nothing. And they went to the emergency room, and that just to get a few stitches. Mm-hmm. I mean, in that you think a few stitches would be more than a rabies shot, but it was $5,000. And he was like,
Stitches,
He was like, I
$5,000.
can't pay that. I'm like, right? Who would have thought stitches should be like $600? It was $5,000, and I mean, I kept calling and calling. There's a million things I had to do. Oh, then I'd wait another month. Oh, we didn't ever get that. Oh, okay, so I got to call this other person, get it sent to him again, and this and that. I mean, that one was hard, but they finally quit billing us.
Well, it makes it very discouraging too when you're
But that was a lot.
Yeah,
that was a lot I had to go through for that one.
This one was a piece of cake, right?
This one was a piece of cake. Trace, he cut his hand almost off on the motor of his boat, and he was like trying to decide, should I get the surgery,
cut the
or
tendons.
not, because it cut the tendons. He couldn't move his fingers, and it was like, yeah, I think you need to go do that.
Yeah, it's
so
your
he went
your
and
right
did
hand.
it, and he was like, we never got any.
never got anything.
They've got a
No
bill.
bills. I mean, he doesn't. They don't. They don't
check their mail. That could be why he never got a bill.
He's like, why don't you do what we do? We just throw everything in our mailbox away.
his solution to life is I'm jealous of his solution to life. Like if you
gotta
don't
have
see it, it's not there.
You got to have nothing to lose, you know.
Yeah. He's got nothing to lose.
He's just got the blinders
Yeah.
are on, and if it's not in his purview or does it matter, then it's kind of like again, that's a respect.
It might be the way to do it.
We've been doing it all wrong.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying.
doing it wrong.
Our whole life, responsible, save money, do everything right, pay your bills. Just fuck that shit, man.
But like, I always prided myself on having a good credit score. I always thought that was an important thing because when you grow up, that's what everybody tells you. Is your whole life is about your credit score.
it is
Oh,
if you
yeah.
want to buy stuff, a house,
you
and
wanna
that
buy
kind of
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
It is. But once you got it, then it's like, then you see all these other people and then I'm like, well, these people seem to get a house and they just lost their house in foreclosure like 3 years ago.
And they bought another-
How'd they get a house again
another
already? I don't
$500,000
understand.
house.
And it's like, fuck it. Let's.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I was I don't want to say a victim because I wasn't a victim, but when the 2008 housing crisis happened,
Yeah.
that one got me because I had a couple properties and I was trying to mogul, right? I was trying to do that thing that everybody else was doing of
Yeah.
flipping properties,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
Everybody was thinking of that.
And then the bottom fell out, and I was younger, and I'm just like, whoa, what just happened here? How did this all go awry so quickly? And it's like, okay, well, short sale this one, and now, and then it's like, okay, credit takes a hit. Then you got to try to rebuild it. But now I can't see a need for credit, at least at this moment in my life, for anything. Like
Yeah.
I don't need any credit for anything. So yeah, like
And
why do I even care?
By the time you need it, the 7 years will be up, and then you can get good credit again.
Yeah.
I think it's after 7 years still. I don't know.
So would you have paid if they came back and said, nope, sorry, no discounts, you've got to pay it, and it's full. And in fact, guys, we made a mistake. It's actually 24.
Yeah.
What would you have done?
I would have kept calling. I'd just keep calling and be like, well, we can't pay that.
But
so
we
I'm
were.
not
I,
gonna pay
I
that.
don't think I'd pay that. That's criminal.
It's criminal.
It's
It's outrageous.
absolutely criminal.
Rabies immune globulin. What's the shot that you need? I mean, they have that on the line of $20,000. 20,000. And a lot of people in the chat were saying our health department does this for free.
They don't.
But ours
They don't?
doesn't.
Oh,
Ours
right.
does
Not
not.
here, not
the
in-
guy at the health department in that department, he told me, he said that we do the rabies, but not the first one. You need to have that immune globulin shot, and they keep it at a high, like a cold temperature.
Yeah.
And the hospital's the only one that has it.
How
But
much do you think a snake bite would have been?
Yeah.
Like some of that rare
Anti-venom.
Well, you know where you need to go for that is the vet. It'd be cheaper at the vet because I've had cats that I've had to get that.
anti-venom.
Mm-hmm. I've had cats that do it, that had to get it. It was about $1,000.
I didn't even
but
know
the
they have-
hospital would be 20,000.
Yeah, 20.
probably.
Jeez,
At
at
the
least.
hospital, I've watched those TV shows where it's like snake stories or whatever, and they're
Yeah.
like, they had to fly in the antivenom from Mount Sinai, and
No.
Can you
they
imagine how
had,
much
like,
that is?
Yeah, they're helicoptering in this little vial.
I mean, maybe if they had, if it was some
$50,000.
weird snake.
$50,000.
Oh God!
But other than that, they do it at the vet.
But she called, before I got the shot, she was calling all over trying to get, and then she called, these hospitals like, how much is it? And we want to know how much is this shot going to be. They refused to tell her.
They wouldn't tell me.
And how's that legal to refuse to tell anybody how much you're charging and then going,
was like-
by the way, it's $20,000.
Yeah, I said, I don't know if is this going to be like $1,200 or the highest I want. I said, or 5,000. I said, I don't
Thought she
know. I
was
said,
highballing.
is it going to be 500 or 5,000? Now here, it's 24,000.
the price of a new car.
Yeah, but they wouldn't. They're like, we just don't know. We don't. It's like, well, somebody knows because they were
there
able
really-
to bill us. They
there-
even sent me over to billing.
There
So
really
they're
isn't a
billing.
menu. Like you just kind of go. Like the nurses don't know. The doctors probably don't know. The only one that probably does know is billing.
Is billing, and they told me, well, we need a code. We need a code
Yep.
to know. And she said, oh, you're at the emergency room. See, I couldn't even help you if you had a code because we don't do the emergency room stuff.
See,
I
in
was
emergency
like, oh, my
rooms-
God, okay. But somebody knew. Somebody
Yeah.
knew how to bill it.
That's crazy. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah. So
I'm glad you got it wiped.
I mean, what what kind of society are you living in when 1 out of 4 people has like massive medical debt? It's just not right. I mean, in a utopian society, which we could have if they wouldn't steal all the money, healthcare should be free. But you can't have it because government is incompetent and corrupt. So that's why you got to pay $20,000 for a rabies shot.
Yeah, I mean, even having like good health insurance is not good health insurance. They're like, oh, okay, here's your deductible, and then after that, you still have to pay 20% with a stopgap and all this fancy language that I look at and I go, okay, should I get my neck work done or not? Because I don't know how much this is going to cost me. Like I've got bone spurs in my neck and I want to get them fixed, but not that bad.
Yeah,
not that bad.
I mean, the price. It's not only the price. Like I got a torn meniscus, so I can't run, and it bums me out. It hurts when I walk and everything. I can still ride my bike, so that as long as I can exercise, I don't care. But I'm like, do I even want, the price? I can't imagine the price. Is it worth it? Because you go under and you never know. They say 500,000 people a year die from medical malpractice, and that's just what they're telling you. Because the hospitals, they're covering their ass. I'm just never going to get surgery again. I'm not doing the colonoscopies.
Oh, you got to.
No.
Come on.
Sam Simon got a colonoscopy and died 3 months later from colon cancer.
They gave him the good news.
No, they didn't give him any news. They were like, yeah, you're good. And he died of colon cancer.
Oh, really?
Trace got a colonoscopy. They said he had an incident with the anesthesia, which means he probably died during his colonoscopy, and they had to bring him back. Fuck that shit. I ain't going. I see all over the internet doctors going, I don't go to doctors. Mm-hmm. If I break my arm, I go to a doctor. If I need my appendix out, I go to the doctor. Any other health care, just don't go to a doctor. Just
Mike, you're playing with fire, buddy.
I don't care.
I don't know. You look healthy. I mean, it's almost like you feel like it's one of those things like mind over matter at some point, right? Where it's like if you don't know about it and you feel all right.
That's how I feel. It's like you feel like if you go to the doctor and you get a screening for like testicle cancer, you're gonna have testicle cancer. So it's like if I don't go to the doctor, I feel good.
You've got some elevated levels here, and we're going to need you to do more testing, and then they send you to special. And now you're roped in the system.
I've been through the system many times and many ailments that they were never able to figure out, and I'm done with it. My neighbor, I was talking to him the other day, and he's like, oh, I don't have health insurance. $1,000 a month? Screw that. It's like that's kind of where a lot of people are at. They're like, everything is so ridiculous. Well, then you might as well just roll the dice.
And when you're a little older in that next age bracket and you're eligible for Medicaid, right? Is that what it is?
Medicaid, yeah.
Is it Medicare or Medicaid? I'm getting it confused.
It's both, but I don't know exactly what the difference is.
Whichever one it is, the older folks that I've known, they have to get a secondary supplemental insurance to go on top of it because it's not really even doing much for them to begin with, right? So you have Medicare, Medicaid, whatever. I think it's Medicare. I don't know.
I don't. It's one or the t'other.
One of those.
One of those.
But then you got to stack a second one on it and still come out of pocket.
I can't. What is? I mean, if you look at society now, where the inflation and everything, and people are don't have enough money saved for retirement. What are all these? When all these people, are going to the doctor and then none of them have any money? It's like what kind of America will we be living in?
The kind that now my insurance premiums go up because people don't want to pay their bills, and the cycle continues.
Because they're doing it. You're doing it right. It's time to quit doing it right, man. It's time to quit doing it right. All right, let's take a break. That was a quick hour, and we'll be right back. Let's play Ned's Thanksgiving song, and maybe I can dig up the Mike and Matt Thanksgiving. What's up with that shit? And we'll be right back.
Here we go. Make it out. Come on, everybody sing. Have a happy motherfucking Thanksgiving. Green beans, cornbread, and some pumpkin pie. Have a happy motherfucking Thanksgiving. After dinner, think I'm happy motherfucking Thanksgiving. And here's a secret that you haven't heard. Before your happy motherfucking Thanksgiving, I had sexual relations with your bird. Turkey tastes like mid. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, 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 goo.
Give me some of that, man. Welcome to another edition of What's Up With That Shit? What's going on, man? What are you gonna talk about?
I don't know. The holiday season, man. It's coming up.
Yeah, like what, man? I can't think of it.
It's always on a Thursday.
Yeah. It's Thanksgiving! Yeah! Oh, man. Thanksgiving. Man, what is up with, like, the turkey, man? And the stuffing, I mean.
I don't know.
It's got, like, a pound of breadcrumbs cooked in a turkey's ass. Then you dig it out with a big spoon, and you put it on the table, and people go, oh, man, this is delicious.
Why not just leave it out of the bung?
'Cause how else are you going to get that juicy, rich, turkey-ass flavor, man?
What's up with that?
And what's the deal with Thanksgiving anyway, man? I mean, why is there even a Thanksgiving, dude?
Because the Pilgrims came over on 3 Donzi yachts.
Man, you are so stupid. They come from England. Do you know why they came from England?
No.
To escape religious persecution. And ironically, they come over here and they fucking persecuted the Indians into oblivion, man. They messed the Indians up bad.
What are we talking about?
Man, you are out of gas, dude. I got this material here for What's Up With That Shizit, and you're hanging me out to dry, man.
I'm sorry.
I'll get ass chin in here with his keen wit. Are you gonna be okay? Need the Heimlich, dude? Heimlich is where I grab the back of your head and put it in my lap, and I try to clear your throat. Oh, no, that's not the Heimlich, sorry.
I'm sorry. Would you like me to go get Brent for you?
Oh, yeah, Brent would be great with What's Up With That shit. I can see it now. Brent, man, what about the Indians?
Oh, the Indians are out of gas. The Indians, they need to burn a timeout.
Oh, don't ruffle me up, big pilgrim.
Bunch of pussies. I'm looking to crack some Indians. I'm going to crack an Indian before the year's over.
Just kidding, Brent.
We love you.
Only case on you because we love you. Not.
I love him.
Do you love Brent?
It grows on me like a cancerous mole.
It is, you know? What I'm telling you, man, if you're an Indian, Thanksgiving has to be the worst holiday of the year, man. I mean, you know, can you imagine all the Indians? What do they sit around and they eat their dinner and they're thankful? What are they thankful for, man? They're thankful that I'm drunk and unemployed and sitting in the gutter on this reservation because you killed every one of my ancestors and slaughtered my buffalo. Thanks a lot. Happy f***ing Thanksgiving.
Here's your butterball.
What is going on? Always walking around in their loincloths? What's up with that shit? You ever see like an old man and he sits down on like a park bench and you can see his wrinkled old nuts kind of hanging out his shorts?
I see it every day.
You make a special trip, don't you?
Okay, favorite.
What are you doing, dude? Just going down to the park for a little old man watching. Count me in. You're sick. Imagine those Indians, man, with that loincloth. They're hanging out everywhere, man.
Spread out, legs open wide.
Bloodthirsty savage sack just flinging all over the place. How can you eat dinner with the red man's sack just hanging out at you, man? Dude, are you trying to smuggle a turkey leg or is that your scrotum, man?
Scrotum pull.
No, man. Not scrotum pull. Totem pull.
Scrotum pull. Ugh.
How? How'd you get all those scrotums on that pole, man? Let's bail.
Bill, Geronimo, that's it for this special Thanksgiving expedition. What's up with that shit? Peace out. Later.
Here we go. Make it out. Come on, everybody sing. Have a happy motherfucking Thanksgiving. Green beans, cornbread, and some pumpkin pie. Have a happy motherfucking Thanksgiving. After dinner, think I'm gonna get high. Woo! Have a happy motherfucking Thanksgiving. And here's a secret that you haven't heard. Before your happy motherfucking Thanksgiving, I had sexual relations with your bird.
Turkey tastes like lead.
Gobble, 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 goo.
Welcome back to The Hang with Mike and Matt. Sorry about the dog crap on your shoe last week. You should... Oh, I should have that.
It's all right.
That was a gnarly one, man, too. It was like... It's just like giant.
Well, I left here and I'm walking to my car and I just happen to like feel a smush.
Ooh, yeah, there's a distinctive dog crap smush.
Yeah,
and you know it. You're like,
Well, I had a sneaky suspicion, right? But I was getting ready to get in my car, and I go, you know what? Let me just check the bottom of my shoes to make sure. But I couldn't remember which one it was.
You're lucky you did.
Yeah, I took.
Can you
out
imagine?
Oh my god! I took out my light and I checked my left one or whatever. Nothing on there. I'm going, all right, sweet. 50% of the equation down. Went to the other one, bro. It was. I don't know what kind of animal you have out there. Like, it was like.
It covered your entire shoe.
It was like a horse poop.
Beyond. It was like that big on your shoe, stuck to your shoe.
So then I'm dry. Yeah. So now I've got to like find a baggie in my car, slip my shoes off, drive home, having to pee, mind you.
You could pee here, man.
I don't. When I leave here, I don't want to bother you.
You can pee here.
I was so fired up about the dog shit. I was like, I'm out of here.
It was raining. I normally try to keep the dog shit out of the, but it would rain. That was the day it rained all day long, and I was like, I ain't clean up that wet, messy dog shit.
It really is. It did cover up about the entire shoe. I'm looking at the picture now. Maybe we'll put that up on your Facebook page.
That's our promo for next week's show. That's our promo pick for next week's show.
Just like the shit on your shoe, the Mike and Matt.
You can't shake it. I mean, I've stepped in, I've got 6 dogs, lived here for a long time. I've stepped in dog crap and not noticed it and traipsed through every inch of the house like I was looking for something. And then you realize it and you're like, and you go back and you just see the footprints of dog crap everywhere. And you're like, oh my God, that's a nightmare.
That's why I don't want a big dog. Like, I would love to have a golden retriever or something like that in the future. But 2 things, man, the shedding of the hair and then the size of the poops. It's just, you're just picking up after another human all the time. You got 6 of them.
I clean up a lot of poop. I mean, it's like sometimes we put them in the back, usually they're, most of them can free roam except for the one that's a bad dog. And we let them out back. So after 3 or 4 days, I go out there, and I'm out there for half an hour, man. It's like, oh my God, how much can these dogs crap?
And cats, I don't really care for cats much either. And their poop
is nasty.
It's a weird,
nasty.
Yeah, it's a weird scent.
It's because I don't know why, but maybe it's cat food. Cat food's nastier than dog food because cat food's pretty nasty. One time, like one of Trace's friends was doing the show with him, and we were gonna make because he's kind of a never mind.
I got you.
We're gonna make him a cat food hamburger out of the canned cat food, and we're gonna fry it up.
It's very polite of you.
And we'll just at least try to get the one bite out of it, And Trace takes it. We're testing it out. So he takes a cat food can, he plops it on the grill, and we're all just like, no, stop, forget it. It was so just cooking. It was the rankest thing I've ever smelled in my life. So cat food that's what. Yeah, it's got to be why their poops are just disgusting.
Yeah, maybe so. Because I'm thinking about it. Yeah, whenever I've had to open a can of cat food, just the initial whiff that you get from the cat,
it's brutal. Yeah.
Now, horse shit.
Not bad at all.
Right? Because all they're eating is just grass, right? And hay and whatever.
I don't know because
more pure.
Like cows just eat grass.
Yeah.
And their shits are. I mean, they're like a cow pie.
Yeah.
Did you step in a cow pie? Yeah. Horses just little nuggets, and after a day, they're just. You can step right on them and nothing happens.
Well, you must own a cow. Because the thing I stepped on.
It was a Yeti. It was a Yeti shit.
Yeti shit.
When I saw the picture, I said, the first thing that popped up, I said, we got a Yeti around here? It was massive.
Wouldn't that be great if the next Bigfoot video that ever did come out was actually Bigfoot just taking a deuce? And that was the video that had to get spread all around the world. Like, there is proof that Bigfoot exists.
It's Bigfoot. And the picture is him taking a shit, and then 2 seconds later he gets shot right between the eyes. Because whoever sees Bigfoot is going to kill him. Isn't that
that's
the
bizarre? Trophy, right? Yeah.
That's the trophy. It's murder, Matt. It's murder.
Oh, well.
It's murder. He's half man. He's half man.
Is that the idea behind the Yeti?
I think so. I mean, he's not a monkey. He's more man-like.
I don't know what look. If
You're shooting him.
Hesitant, but yeah, probably. I need more guns.
Even if it was just a creature, I mean, maybe he's a friendly creature. You just
knowing me, I would shoot him, and he'd be like shaking it off, like
and he just ripped your throat out.
Yeah, and I'm still shooting, and then nothing.
Bigfoot would have the strength of 10 men because regular an orangutan has the strength of 3 men.
They're crazy.
So a Bigfoot would just obliterate you.
So then I'm not shooting, I'm running.
You're running.
And hiding.
Ain't no Bigfoot. As much as I want there to be a Bigfoot, there ain't no Bigfoot.
I don't know. It's not out of the realm of possibilities that a freak character is out there somewhere. Again, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, look at the weird shit that is underneath the ocean that nobody knows about. So if you apply those same rules to, Mother Nature, there could be a freak animal out there somewhere.
I imagine you can imagine the great expanses of wilderness that are so much bigger than you can even imagine in America. Because you drive to Georgia and you're just nothing but pine trees. It's like there's a lot of land out here in Florida. So I think of course it's possible. I don't think there is. I think it's all a bunch of bullshit.
It's a hell of a rumor, though.
And and I pity the Bigfoot if he's because he's just going to get killed eventually. We're coming for you.
Yeah.
We're coming.
All his woods are going to get torn down.
Yeah.
And he's just going to be exposed. Like, I've got no land left to roam.
He just sits there, and then a bunch of yahoos blast him.
What about Loch Ness Monster? What about that one? That was a good conspiracy theory when I was a kid.
I don't think there's a Loch Ness Monster either.
I think it was just that one picture, right?
I mean, there's plenty of pictures, but the one we all know the one.
Yeah,
the one.
Little Barney dinosaur looking
the
thing.
One, the most believable one, I guess. And the one in the Bigfoot, there's no believable Bigfoot pictures at all or videos. They're all like the guy's walking like a dude, and he looks over his shoulder like hey, and then he keeps going, and it's like it's not believable.
Okay, but in that time when the cameras were what they were. Right?
That's a Super 8 video camera is what that was.
That's pretty cool. Because now, with the camera technology and everything going on, you can easily fake any of those. Right? So I mean, you'll never, moving forward, you'll never really know if there is a Bigfoot unless they actually captured it. Because any video of it, you have to question it now to think it's real or whether it's a deep fake or whatever, right? At least the purity of it back in the day was kind of cool.
You don't have to fake it, with anything but probably AI deep fake, whatever that stuff is, and make it completely believable. That's what they say AI it's going to become sentient and destroy the world. It's like, no, AI is going to be used by scam artists and government and politicians to just so you have no idea what anything is real. And how do you do anything about, how do you organize a group when you don't even know what's real?
You have to bury your head in the sand. It's a weird thought process, but you have to do the exact opposite of what you used to do. You used to it's like, oh, don't sit there and bury your head in the sand. Look around, take a look and see what's going on around you. But now you look around, you go, I think I'm going to just bury my head in the sand. Because the sand is actually a safer place to be on some level.
It's a more peaceful place to be.
More peaceful,
It's a less stressful place to be.
Yeah, not all that chaos going on.
All that fake chaos.
It's a lot of chaos.
I mean, I'm trying to get stuff for the show tonight, and I'm like, oh, man, it's just like Israel mania. And that's it. It's like, I don't want to talk about. I really.
Israel mania.
Israel mania. It's like, what happened to the 24-hour news cycle, man? It's like this is never going to stop, and I don't want to talk, because it's a no-win argument either way.
Yeah.
It's just a divisive thing, and blah.
Are you over the Israel thing?
I'm so over the Israel
thing.
Hamas. Yeah, I'm over it, man. Look, this is, like I said, 800 people got killed in Africa 2 weeks ago in a massacre by one group against another, savagely slaughtered, and nobody gave a shit about it.
Oh man, I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, exactly. So why is this so much more? Why do you care so much more? Because you were told to care about it, you dumbass. You don't care at all about those other 800 people and the people that die every day in wars all across the world, every day of every year. You don't give a rat's ass about it, and you don't even know about it. But this one you care about. I ain't got no time for that.
No, I mean, you're bringing up very good points. Very good points. I didn't even know about the one in Africa. I'm going to have to look that up and read about it.
That was I would say it was in the last 2 weeks. 800 people.
All right, I'll take my head out of the sand. I'll read that article, then I'm going right back in the sand.
I'm joining you in the sand. Let's start like an
come hang out in the sand.
A group of some kind of ostrich deal, and your mantra is head in the sand, man. Enjoy life. Keep your head in the sand. Don't even pay attention to that stuff.
If you want me to worship something, it's going to be the spaghetti monster. What is it?
The flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah, or him and his noodly appendages. We'll pray to him.
I think you're better off. I coach one of Trace's daughter's soccer teams with him. And they had a game on Saturday and Sunday. So it was a big soccer weekend, so you're busy. You don't pay attention to the news. And you're out there, and everybody seems cool, and everything seems fine, and everybody's fairly nice. And there's, all different ethnicities at the soccer field. And you just feel if you don't pay attention to the news, that's how you feel life is. But if you pay attention to the news, you think that the world's about to end. It's going to end any day now, Matt. I've been watching the news. It's any day now.
It's a lot of fear porn.
So I had a great time not thinking about that.
Yeah, and I'm a big news guy too because I like reading it. That's the rub. Is like I really do like knowing what's going on and being able to have a conversation.
And I find it interesting. So I've always been in tune with the news. Even in my 20s, I enjoy. My parents watch the news. I watch the news with them.
Exactly. But the rub of that is now you're informed and now you can't escape it because now it's rattling around your brain. Meanwhile, people that head in the sand. They're just floating through.
Yeah, they're feeling good. They're feeling good, Matt.
They don't know any better, man.
And I think it's the better way. I think put your head in the sand and live like Trace. Live for today. And live for today. Don't worry about your credit score.
What would Trace do bracelet?
Exactly. What would Trace do? He would
not check his mail.
He would not check his mail. He would go. He takes every 4 weeks when it's jam packed. He goes and gets it and puts it right into a garbage bag. Says, why do they keep giving me this stuff?
WWTD
might be the way to be.
What would Trace do?
But we were 2-0 in the weekend.
Congratulations!
So it's very, very exciting. I love coaching. I love coaching kids.
Do those games count? Let's be honest. You're saying 2-0.
Like they count in the rec league. That's it. You get a bigger trophy at the end of the year. That's it.
Well, at least you get the bigger trophy.
Yeah, at least they still do that.
not the same size
Not
for
the
everybody.
same. No, you get the championship trophy, which we won a couple years ago as well. But I love, you know,
Very braggadocious.
I'm a sap, you know, and I'm a sucker. I'm the whole game. I'm just cheering them on, tell them, you know, when they do good, and when they don't do good, I don't say anything to them. But
Oh, you give them the silent treatment?
no, I just don't say.
Oh.
I'm like going, what the are you doing? You know.
Gotcha.
And like, there's one kid, you know, and he's just like not good, and he's just stopping the ball and playing with it and stuff, and they keep scoring on him. So I was just, you know, after about the third game, I go, look, buddy, when the ball comes to you, you kick that ball. And he's like, but what? I was like, no. When the ball comes to you, you kick the ball as hard as you can. He's like, but what if somebody's no? And then he started doing that, and he was doing really good. And I could hear the people going, oh, good. You know, he's calling his name, and I could see the smile on his face. And I was like, that makes me happy. That's one of my greatest joys in life. Kind of makes me a sap, but
no,
I love doing that.
That's a simple pleasure. That's giving to somebody, right? You're passing something along. There's a beauty to that, and you're not
beauty to that.
Well, you're not freaking the kid out, you know. Like,
nah, yeah,
I don't think as a kid I would have liked to have a coach yell at me. Like, how old's the kid?
10. No, yeah, 9 or 10.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'm yelling at 9.
I don't want to yell at a 9 or a 10-year-old. Like, and if you get pleasure, because there are those coaches out there that do get pleasure out of yelling at kids, it's like, whoa, I think you need to just step back, realize that you're yelling at a 9-year-old playing a soccer game. I don't.
That's why I became a. Sorry, I swallowed my drink. My mojito went down the wrong way.
Go to the emergency room. I dare you. I dare you.
That's why some people get into coaching, because they're on a power trip, and they got no power in their life, but they can have power over this 12-year-old.
Yeah,
and they're way. I can't even fathom that.
Oh man, the yelling coach. I
hate it. I hate him.
Even
Jamie the plumber, 1,000 bits.
Hey, even Bobby Knight. That's even a weird one, because I liked Bobby Knight's. Like, he had good. There was something interesting about him.
Yes.
But at the same time, if my kid, I don't know. I don't know if I would have liked him being my kid's coach, or if I would have liked playing for him.
I know.
Can't.
It's a tough nut to crack.
Yeah.
Because I've seen
clips of it. It's always a constant psychological screw job going on.
I've seen clips of him where he's very funny.
Yeah.
You know, and he's got the it factor. And, like, I don't know if I want my kid to play for him, but I would think about it. I might want my kid to play for him, because when you see his ex-players, they're all like, we love Bobby Knight. You know, they really love him. So,
yeah,
but if you've ever heard him cuss out his team, like,
yes,
I mean, it's like a real asshole.
Yeah, it's crazy. But then you look at the good stuff and you go, all right, well, clearly his players liked him and respected him, for the most part. And then you look at other, I mean, look, if you're in the military and you've been to boot camp, I mean, are all they do is yell at you for the majority of a lot of the,
abuse you, mentally abuse you.
Just beating the crap out of you? Like, that's crazy.
But then, but you have to take that.
You have to.
Because
you signed up for it.
Signed up for it. And I guess if you play for Bobby Knight, you better sign up for that too. But yeah, he was funny. He was a funny guy. He had the it factor, and he won a national championship. So he's a pretty good coach too.
Well, then you look at the other side of the coin, like locally here with the Bucks. Okay, Todd Bowles, who's the head coach.
We practice hard today, and we hopefully practice hard tomorrow. Maybe we'll win the game. I mean, he's pretty simplistic.
It's almost like Bubba Gump. Like, there's just not. I don't know. There's like no emotion.
Yeah.
And it's like, you want to coach with some emotion. Like, give me something. It doesn't mean you have to be a dick, right? But give me something. There's just nothing there. It's just a blank canvas all the time, it seems like. And I think as a head coach, you have to have something.
A little fire.
Something.
A little fire. I always thought you did too. I mean, Donna makes me forward over anytime on the sports. He said, well, yeah. She's like, no, she can't take his delivery. She can't take it.
Yeah, it's very mundane.
Oh, yeah, the Bucks, not so much. What are they, 4-6? They're in a crappy division. They could conceivably easily win the division. Just turn it around a little bit, because they'll play all these teams again. I just don't think they got what it takes.
Sure doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, I mean, they come close. They're putting up a good fight. See, it's frustrating, though. You watch the whole game thinking they're going to win, and it's every week it's like, oh, they almost did it again.
Yeah.
Almost.
You walk away unsatisfied,
almost, yeah. But the more I watch it and the more I see all these penalties that are highly suspect, and then the internet goes crazy about them, it's like, yeah, I think it's pretty much rigged.
I've thought about it being rigged, but I can't see the benefit or why they would do it. Or how it would get pulled off, I guess, is the biggest question. How would you pull it off?
Were you on the show when the guy, was it, I can't remember his name, the
basketball,
the NBA referee came and talked about but that's how I would imagine that's how you do it. Everybody, you're a referee, a coveted position in the NBA, man. That's a great job. And, you're having a meeting about the season with the commissioner of the NBA, and he goes, yeah, and the ultimate dream matchup for me would be, Sacramento and New York.
Get it?
That's all you have to say, and that's, and it, like in a football game, one holding penalty can change the whole game. So either a couple holds and an interference, that team's going to win, and it's not hard to detect.
I just look at the football game as just being so many different variables. Basketball, you've got, you got one guy out there calling things, right?
True.
NFL, you just got there's too many hands in the cookie jar to have that operation of a conspiracy run smoothly. There's just too much action.
Or if the only cookie jar is the top guys, couple guys, and the referees, and one guy on each crew. Only one guy. You only need one guy in each crew. And that's the only deal. Or maybe it's only one crew, and when they travel around, I don't know.
I'm not saying look,
I don't know.
Anything's possible. If you're going to sit here and tell me that you think that's the case, I would buy into it because, again.
I don't know. But I don't know.
But
like, when there's a game and it's, I'm sure it's only certain games too, because like when it's 17-16 and the guy's lining up for 48-yard field goals and he misses it by that much, I don't think you can script that.
That's exactly right.
I don't think you can script
all
that.
Those variables.
Yeah.
I mean, look, when the Bucks lost a couple weeks ago in the last minutes, right? I mean, the last 30 seconds of other team got it, drove down, scored. Nobody saw that coming. All the fans in the stands were gone, but it's all those little. That's like when they always do that. Amazon Web Services or whatever. AWS has this chance of succeeding on this play at 82%. And it's like, how can you possibly do a statistic on something that has just so many unknowns involved in it? There's too many unknowns to give a percentage of that play.
I don't get that either.
It's weird to me.
And there's too many numbers too. I don't need to know that.
Oh yeah,
I mean
they've gone stat crazy.
Stat crazy, like on the bar below, it's like the percentage of this play. It says you should go it on 4th and 2 on the third quarter. It's like I don't need to hear that Moneyball shit, man. I'm watching the game, man. It's annoying. Jamie the Plumber, 1100.
Hey!
Appreciate it.
Jamie the Plumber. Oh yeah. By the way, we're still on Spotify and everything like that now too. We haven't promoted that not one time since we've been on tonight. But
you went to the Mike Waters School of Promotion, obviously.
Well,
I'm quite good at it.
We're killing the game over here with promotions.
Next week we're gonna kill it with the 15-minute promotion of dog crap on your shoe. I'm telling you, that's gonna put us over the top.
On Spotify, what I'll do is I should change the logo of the hang
to
that.
As stupid as that is, it might be brilliant.
Dude.
There's one of the biggest guys on Twitter is named Cat Turd.
Yes, Cat Turd. Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Love Cat Turd.
The dog crap show. Forget the hang.
It'll still be the hang. It just instead of the picture of the microphone, it'll just have a picture of the shit on my shoe.
See, it didn't have like some grass and stuff stuck in it.
It had pine needles. There was all kinds of stuff. I mean,
it's a cornucopia on your shoe.
I'm almost tempted. How easy is it for you to post a picture to Facebook right now?
I could do that.
Could you?
Yeah.
So do I have to send you this picture?
You have to send it to.
Or do I send it to the email?
Send it to the email.
Okay.
And then I should be able to post it pretty easily.
I'm going to send it to the email.
Boy, you know what the best thing in the world, talking about email, Google Drive is the best thing in the world. And I didn't know about it until a few years ago, because sending videos has always been a bugaboo for me. Because my videos are usually around 2.5 minutes.
A bugaboo?
So, just had to date myself with a bugaboo. With a bugaboo. I don't think I've ever used that word in my life either. I don't think I've ever used that word in my life.
Sorry. A rousing endorsement for Google Drive going on right now.
Google Drive. And so I could never send videos. And that's, I always make these videos and I tell you, they got this great video and I want to send it here. But I could never send it there, ever. Yeah. And then once I figured Google Drive, as long as you got Google Drive, it just says, we'll compress that for you right now. And you can send any video you want. It's awesome.
I did the same thing. Only a couple years ago did I really discover the power of it, right? And I'm going, whoa, hold on. I can just put things. I still don't understand the cloud. Like, I get it.
I don't even know.
I get it a little more than I used to, but I still don't fully get it. But I also don't think I really need to, so it's all right. I'll just, But yeah, the Google Drive is great.
It's awesome.
And now they're charging me every month. Because
did you pay for that? Am I paying for that?
Oh, well, you only get so much. You only get so much email storage. So eventually, your email is going to run out, and then they're going to go, you can upgrade and get more cloud storage.
How then you're addicted to the Google Drive, and you got to get it.
Yep,
it's a good business plan.
It's great.
All right, so send me that picture.
Okay, so it should be in your.
Oh, okay.
There should be. It's just titled "shit." I believe. Yeah. This piece of poop was phenomenal. Oh man, you know what? I did send you a good one.
You didn't?
I did.
Is this not it right here? This is not it?
No, that's it. But there's also another view of it. I don't know which one's better. But yeah, do whatever you'd like.
Let me show everybody.
Look at the size of that.
I mean, it's from, it looks like it creeps up the back, and then it's almost to the toes, and then it's on the side. It's like got the sides. Look at that. It's got some big ass pine needles stuck in it. What the hell? I think Trace took a dump in the front yard, and you stepped in it.
And then the second one I sent you, the worst part, I believe I had tried to scrape some off. Right? Because after I realized, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can scrape some off and be able to knock some of it off my shoe. And it just was not the case.
Did you send me another one?
I did send you another one.
Refresh it.
Yeah, it might take a minute.
It'll probably take a minute.
Yeah.
Very important that we make sure we get the other dog crap picture on the air.
Look, in my 44 years on Earth, that is by far the biggest piece of poop I've ever stepped in. And I've stepped in some shit, my man. That's a big one.
Here's my email full of nothing but things that say video cannot be monetized. Video cannot be monetized. Copyright claims, great. Age restricted. There's not a good email in the whole thing.
Isn't that funny though?
Yeah.
Just everything on there. You can't do this. You shouldn't have done this. Not able to do this with this.
And I get it. Artists should be compensated for their work. But it's like if you're like we used to do it on the show, but we had a musical license and everything. But you play the top 5. And you rate the top 5. You talk about the top 5 pop songs or country songs, and you have a good laugh. It's funny, and you might find one you like, and you're like, "Wow, that's a really good song." And it's like, that's nothing but beneficial to the fucking artist.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need money for that. We're sending I bought songs from us doing the top 5 countdown.
Yeah,
because I'm like, that's a good song, and it's just so maddening that
I usually had to pirate those top 5 songs off a different website because we didn't have the capabilities to get music catalogs at the studio. So I had a subscription to, oh my God, I can't remember. It was like, I don't know. I probably like a kind of like a LimeWire on steroids kind of thing, right?
LimeWire.
But it had everything up there,
Yeah.
so I would have to go in and download the weekly top 5, and instead of paying, because
You pay $5. That's $5 total for 5 songs at 99 cents a pop.
right. So instead, I would do the download thing, and then I have to burn them to disc and all that jazz, man. Oh my god, yeah, it gives me nightmares. Think back to that.
In the later years, Matt.
Oh, no.
In the later years, Matt, he became addicted to a site, a government auction site, and the storage areas and every place in the building was full of office chairs. Like he'd buy 100 office chairs. He'd buy all this ridiculous stuff that he thought he was going to resell and make money. And I think Tom Bean actually had to like come in and and say, you cannot go to that site ever again. We're banning you from that site. He's spending all his money on and every week he had a new cop car, like a 1997 cop car.
Hold on, like a cop, like it had like a real cop car.
Old cop car. You know how they sell them, and they still got, they don't have the logos, but they're still colored like painted like a cop car, but no logo and no sirens.
Oh no, like the wannabe cop guys.
Yeah, that deal.
Ew.
So he was addicted to buying those too.
I think that idea looks like picture number 2 I just sent you.
Oh, that's the one I saw. This is the picture. That's juicy.
That's what I think of somebody driving an old cop car.
Oh, it'd been raining all day, Matthew.
Look, that's just a lot going on there.
That's the hang right here.
That's it.
The hang.
The hang.
See, now I would do it for sure, on Facebook, and you can do. I don't know if you can do it on Spotify, but we'll see. Just for shits and grins, if people like all of a sudden, wow, people really responded to that dog shit photo. Stranger things have happened.
This show's amazing. It's going to go viral.
It's going to go viral. The hang. It was nothing until we posted the dog crap photo.
So so I'm clear, and I don't want to, but the cop car thing.
Yeah.
Did he have, so there's no lights. It's just, is it the, like you're driving and it looks like an undercover cop behind you?
Yeah.
And you're going, Jesus Christ, is this now I got an undercover behind me? And then they pull alongside of you and finally pull around and it's not an undercover at all. Is it one of those? But it looks like an undercover?
It's, so pretty much look like, I'm trying to remember.
Those are the worst kind of people.
I mean,
somebody that takes an old cop car and tries to pretend to be a cop and drive around in it.
You have
intimidate people.
You have no power in your everyday life, but when you pull up behind somebody in that car, you got power.
Yeah, because they feel there's
they think
fear.
It's legit. So and then when they got to go 55.
Yep.
When you're behind them, you're getting off on that. Yeah, bitch, you're going 55 now.
Those people, I've had them behind me, and then you go and you're like, okay, I'm going to change lanes, and then they change lanes too. And then they get real close to you. And you're going, are you going to pull me over or not? And then it turns out it's not a cop at all. It's just some fucking wannabe in an old beater cop car. You're telling me that's what it was?
That's the highlight of their day when they did that to you, Matt. The highlight of their day.
Ew, and they keep the light on the side of the mirror.
Oh, always you got to have the spotlight.
Always with the spotlight.
That's what sells it. That sells it. Let's keep that spotlight there, whether it works or not, because that sells it.
Ew.
Yeah, that's those people. And you got those people, then you got the guys that actually put the lights in and pretend to be cops, and they're just rapists.
Yeah, because their goal is to actually pull you over and they always do something bad.
And there's been 2 or 3 cases in Tampa in the last year of guys pretend to be cops, and they take the girl and they rape her.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, sucks how you got to tell your daughter that kind of thing. So like in Berlin, if you get pulled over, you can't pull over in a dark light. You got to go to a lighted area, because you never know in this day and age.
I feel like there's a
spotlight.
I feel like there should be a rule, though, when they're selling those old cop cars, they should really deconstruct them a bit more from what they were.
Yeah, they don't do a lot. It looks like a cop car.
Yeah, they just take the wrap off of it, basically.
That's all they do.
Yeah, that's not cool.
To make them take off the spotlight for sure.
Definitely.
Because a lot of people aren't going to go to the trouble to mount their own spotlight.
And if you are, you're definitely
you're definitely a rapist.
Really a problem there.
You're definitely a rapist. So you have a daughter, Matt. Has that changed? I mean, back in the days, you're an incredible misogynist, from what I remember.
Thank you.
Has that? No, you're not. Just kidding. Just a slight misogynist. Has that changed your attitude? How do you feel having a daughter? I had a daughter, and I loved having a daughter.
I love it. I really do.
Daughters are awesome.
No, I'm ashamed at some of the stuff I've done and said in my past. It's like this whole thing of like people go, "Oh, I have no regrets." I'm like, I am full of regrets. Every day I regret something. Like, I don't know why people. I hate the people that always go, "Oh, no. If I didn't do that, it wouldn't have been where I am." I'm like, fuck, you didn't. No, not that big of a butterfly effect. No, as far as having a daughter, I love it, and yes, I would have beat the shit out of myself. If. I've tried my best over the last number of years to be a better person. I try to like do that thing, like just make yourself a little better every day.
That's a good way to be.
You try.
It does. I try to try to be a good person.
But having a daughter, sorry,
having a daughter, what?
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's because she's 10. All right.
See, you got another 2 years. The first 12 years are sublime, and then, it's still good. But once they start becoming their own people, you don't get that unconditional just love. That 10-year-old that adores you. You start getting a person, and they don't look at you as like, they love you, but they don't look at you as like the best feeling in the world is when like your 14-month-old kid is asleep and you open the door in the morning and they're standing up in their crib and they see you and it's like Justin Bieber. They're like, "Oh my God, it's my dad!"
Yeah.
It's like that's a great feeling.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, and I am not looking forward to the time after the next few years where things change and the boys come around. That's going to be difficult because, again, you talk about me being a misogynist or whatever. And before I was a misogynist and before all of it, I was a 13-year-old boy at one time.
Exactly.
And a 13-year-old me and a 13-year-old my friends, it was a recipe for disaster. At any of those ages.
You definitely don't want your daughter going out with like a 15-year-old Matt Lloyd. Jesus. Oh my God!
Definitely don't.
But it's I'm close with Berlin, and we have a great relationship, and I love having a daughter. So that is like she moved to Colorado with a guy I wasn't that fond of.
Oh, really?
And like after a year. Like Trace and his wife and family, they flew out and visited him, and he was, talking to me. He's like, I don't like the way he talks to her, and I was like, I don't either. And so after like a year of her being out there, I wrote her an email, and I was like, I don't know about this guy. I think he doesn't respect you. And then she texted me the next day and went, "Oh, I broke up with him just before I got your email." I don't know.
So does that mean she knew?
I don't know.
Or did or were you guys just kindred spirits and on the same page?
I don't know, or whether she just didn't want to admit that my email had any influence.
Would you have liked it if she had said, "Yes, Dad, your email got to me, and I respect and value your opinion as a father, and I'm going to leave my boyfriend that I moved to Colorado with and come back to the Bay Area"?
Probably would have. Yeah, I probably would have enjoyed that.
Or you could look at it the other way and say she's got her head on straight.
No, I'm glad she figured it out finally. Yeah.
It's like these guys that hit women and all. I'm like, ooh, man. Like I can't believe it still happens as much as it does.
And it's unfortunate there are certain women who I don't know how to phrase it. They don't want it, but they will not. They I don't know how to say it. They
like
kinda,
they're drawn to the energy of that person.
They're drawn to that kind of guy.
Yeah.
They are drawn to that kind of psychopath.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's an odd one for sure. I even look at even on a totally superficial scale with this whole Diddy thing that's going on, right? And
I haven't followed. I know what's going. I know of the basic charges and everything, but I don't really know. I haven't dived deep into it.
Well, okay, so I think he's got a baby with this old singer Cassie, who she's fine.
She's the one who's saying that he assaulted her, right?
Yeah, and I guess apparently, again, allegedly, and now keep in mind also this thing has been dismissed. She filed suit against him.
Yeah.
Within 48 hours, this thing has been resolved and gone. Okay, he's just going, all right, whatever you need. Back up the truck for this lady.
So he's paying her.
And that would be the assumption. And but one of the allegations was that he would hit her on the side of her head, okay, where her hair was, so you couldn't see bruising. And whether it's true or not, I have no idea.
He's a smart businessman.
But isn't that a weird way of thinking? Like if you're gonna be the kind of individual that hits a woman, right? Yeah. But as opposed to giving her the black eye, like purposely going, I'm still gonna hit this, but I'm gonna do it in a more strategic way.
It's very calculated.
That's
very calculated,
right?
So are you thinking? What are you thinking? Thinking he? I mean that's what she's saying, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
But that's kind of a bizarre thing for someone to make up. It almost seems like it's so bizarre it's true.
Yes, but we've also seen before where people have made up more bizarre things than that. I mean, honestly, like I'm not talking about anyone or any situation in particular, but it happens all the time. I mean, look at the baseball player that got accused by that chick. She had a fanciful tale.
Yeah.
And it turns out
Trevor Bauer, right?
Yeah.
So and it turned out to be all bullshit.
Right. And
provable bullshit.
Meanwhile,
he's still looking for a gig,
right.
when he didn't do anything.
And then you go back to the R. Kellys of the world and you go, oh, that guy, oh man, thank God he's off the streets.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's a tough nut to crack because.
And like, what would happen if your daughter was in a relationship with a guy, all right, and he hit her, right? Are you the dad that goes and speaks directly to the guy, or do you talk to your daughter? Like, what would be your move on that?
I mean, I'm not.
I need fatherly advice.
I'm not a very confrontational guy, and as far as like paying medical bills, and I'm not going to pay. I let Donna handle that because she's more. But I think if somebody actually laid hands on my daughter, that I would, you can't fucking let that slide.
Now, what if he says, I didn't? She's telling you I did, but I didn't.
Oh, I would believe. See,
the line's drawn in the sand because you have to believe your daughter.
I would believe her because I know her to be a very honest person and a very, she's straight up, straight arrow, good person. She wouldn't make up shit like that.
I always worry about the opposite though of the girl hitting the guy, because that happens too a lot. The girls.
I don't know if it happens like in an abusive type way in a lot. I'm sure there are definitely guys that are getting their asses kicked.
And they don't know where to turn. It does happen,
and
right?
You can't do it. And what are you going to do about it? Because you're going to go to jail.
Yep. Would you feel comfortable sitting down with your buddies and going, guys, I need.
No.
Yeah, I need some advice here. I'm dating a woman and
she's kicking my ass.
What do you do?
Beating the hell out of me.
Like nobody, as a 20-year-old man or as a 30-year-old man or as a 40-year-old man, it's going to be rare to be able to talk to the guys about that issue and then not clown the shit out of you.
Then he's got to start punching on their side of the head.
What a solution!
Past the hairline. You got to make sure you got to cover that shit up.
What a solution! Yeah, having a daughter's, I love it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, my two granddaughters are the light of my life. It's like 7 and 9. See, good age. I mean, I'm not going to say dislike. Not crazy about kids until they're about 11 months old. Maybe 9. When they start, it's like smiling and being able to communicate.
Having a little personality.
But those like first, 3 to 4 months, it's just like this little blob that pukes and poops. And it's like, I love you. I love them to death, obviously. But it's like, can't wait till you get a little older.
Yeah.
Give me some personality.
Yep.
And then it's all good. All good until like 11, 12.
Yeah, it's
and
pretty
it's
awesome.
still good, but having kids that look to you as the all-knowing, all-being thing is pretty cool.
Yeah, and now these parents just use their kids for viral moments, of which I could have done with my kid too. Like I've got some cute videos where you go, "Oh man, that would have totally gone viral," and we're like, "No, we're not going to be those parents who post every single like funny thing of their kid out there and try to like get momentum and then try to goad their kid into doing more of it,
turn it into a YouTube sensation and make $40 million.
Now maybe I got to rethink it.
I think the same way. Like these, my granddaughters are funny, and they do these, and I'm like, man, you look at some of this YouTube stuff with the kids, and it's garbage. It's garbage, but the kids they'll sit there and watch it all day. Well, how about if you did something good with kids? Would it even be more successful? But I'm not going to do that to my grandkids at this point. Like I didn't do it to my kids. I did the Ned story times, but that really, they weren't out there. It was just their voices.
Yeah.
I'm not going to start a YouTube channel with my kids or my grandkids and try to parlay into money. I just don't feel right about that.
Yeah, I think there's a certain place for it, obviously, in society, but nothing that I would partake in.
I'm not doing that with my kids.
I'll just go ahead and skip that.
I'm personally going straight to OnlyFans. I think that's where it's at. I'm thinking I'm really.
What would you do if you found out Trace had an OnlyFans? For real.
When I picked myself off the floor and wondered what the hell he was doing on his OnlyFans.
What if he was like, I don't want to tell you. I'm not telling you.
I would say, I would probably say, buddy.
Would you sign up?
I would say, buddy, I don't think this is the best thing for you and your family, but, if you're making that cash.
That's it's difficult to tell your child.
Making that cash.
Yeah.
See, it's like if I was a daughter, it's different. I'd be upset, really upset that my daughter was doing all that. My son was doing it, I'd be like, sure you want to be jacking your dick? I don't. You're not hurting me. I don't really. Are you making that cat? Okay, you're making it. But my daughter would be like, oh, please don't do that.
Trace's jerk off while he's fishing. That's his specialty. That's the gimmick.
I made the mistake of talking about Brent Hatley on the show, and I think he teamed up with Hatley on this gangbang site.
Oh God.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh God.
Oh God. I kind of got to pee.
All right.
And it's been about 2 hours.
I can't believe it. It's crazy.
I'm sure the people want us to stay on. I'm sure they're frothing at the mouth, begging for more of the hang.
But they cannot have it.
They can't have it. Always leave them wanting more.
We've hung enough.
All those old cliches are all true. Always leave them wanting more. It's true.
We are the masters of the hang, by the way.
We are the did we?
Nobody's hung better than this.
I don't think we ever read the AI thing from last week.
No, we didn't.
We'll do that when we come back on the, or we could do it right now. Which do you want to do?
You tell me. It's. I can read it.
Let's do it right now.
All right, you want to set it up?
It's like you can go ahead and set it up. It's bizarre though. It's like they just making shit up, right?
Yeah,
AI just making shit up, right?
So I typed in. The whole idea was to put the description for the Hangs episode a couple weeks ago. Just put it into ChatGPT and see what it came back with, and then just literally copy and paste it, and whatever it said, it says. So it just put. Hold on, let me see here. I put ChatGPT, write a hilarious description for the newest podcast episode for The Hang with Mike and Matt that will make people laugh and want to listen. ChatGPT says, episode 69, aliens ate my pizza and other culinary close encounters. Hold on to your taste buds and tinfoil hats. because Mike and Matt are serving up a saucy slice of intergalactic gastronomy in the latest episode of The Hang with Mike and Matt. In this extraterrestrial edition, our dynamic duo explores the cosmic culinary scene, tackling the burning question, do aliens prefer pepperoni or pineapple on their pizza? And it goes on from there. It's the ramblings of a madman.
It is. That's what I was like, what is this?
This is why AI will not be sentient.
Or Spotify downloads at an all-time high. That's what the people want. Aliens and pepperoni and pineapple pizza.
It was weird, though, because I'm literally expecting it to come back with something funny or just something.
Something,
and it came up with just something that was
so weird.
Way off the wall. And go ahead.
Did you try it again?
No, last week's episode, I did the description myself, I think.
Okay.
I think it was an ambient.
Let's try another AI just for the hell of it. See what we get.
Yeah, tonight for this one.
For this one, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
For this one, let's see what we get.
Yeah.
I mean, how can they top the aliens and pineapple pizza?
Yeah, my description for the latest show was, in this hilarious episode, we explore all things sarcastic, semi-sarcastic, and not sarcastic at all. If I was to explain further, then it would negate the need for you to listen to the episode. So just sit back, relax, and listen to the most entertaining show in the history of entertainment.
Oh, you're way better than ChatGPT, man.
That's what I'm thinking.
See, they'll never, ever be able to top us. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks for tuning into The Hang. And we're gonna go. We're gonna take a break, come back, and do a little VIP deal.
Where can they get this VIP deal?
Yeah, I'm a terrible promoter, man. ClusterFshow.com. ClusterFshow.com. I mean, we got tons of good shit on the VIP. You got Manson's mystery mini discs. You got I can't remember what we got now.
Bunch of stuff. At ClusterFshow.com, and then download the episode or follow us or whatever people do on
whatever you do. I don't think that's how you're supposed
Spotify's and TuneIn's and whatever you do.
Listen to the show. Shut up and listen.
Yeah,
that's all we care about. Shut up and listen to The Hang. We'll be right back on the VIP.
Here we go. Make it out. Come on, everybody sing. Have a happy motherfucking Thanksgiving. Green beans, cornbread, and some pumpkin pie. Have a happy motherfucking Thanksgiving. After dinner, think I'm gonna get high. Woo! Have a happy motherfucking Thanksgiving. And here's a secret that you haven't heard. Before your happy motherfucking Thanksgiving, I had sexual relations with your bird.
Turkey tastes like lead.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, 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 goo.